Welcome to Badminton Unlimited, your weekly access to badminton and beyond. This week, we relive the glory days with Malaysia's former ace, men's singles shuttler, Foo Kok Keong. And we look ahead to the second part of the Metlife BWF World Superseries season as the premier competition resumes next week. In the 80s and 90s, the international badminton scene was largely dominated by Indonesia, Malaysia, Denmark and China. Malaysia had world beaters like the Siddiq brothers, Chia Soon Kit and Soo Beng Kiang. Of that generation of Malaysian shuttlers, the one particularly remembered for his grit and never-say-die attitude was singles player Foo Kok Keong. With his boundless energy on court, Foo's fighting spirit never failed to impress spectators.
You have to push yourself extra. Then if not, you will lose it. I go for that, like focus on that.
In 1991, the right-hander achieved the distinction of becoming world #1. He was also instrumental in helping Malaysia lift the prestigious Thomas Cup in '92. Although the Selangor-born shuttler left the competitive scene more than 2 decades ago, badminton is still very much part of his life. At 53, Foo keeps fit, playing the sport socially. Badminton Unlimited caught up with him while he was in a friendly game with his mates at the Shah Alam Club. Foo was an active youngster. He represented his school in several sports, but decided that badminton was the one for him ultimately.
Actually, the decision I have to make, I come to 15 years old because I think it's too late already that time. If I don't concentrate on one of the sport, maybe it's difficult for me to come up to come to a level. Okay, so when Form 4 that time, decide to transfer to, because that time VI, Victoria Institution and St. John is a very good badminton team there. So the Victoria there, they have seated all there. So from there, I work very hard every day. So from there, I managed. That time I was Form 5, almost I think 18 years old. That time Jalani, Razif, they are all England champions. So you imagine my level is just a state level. Then managed 21 years old. That time then joined into the national squad already. It's a challenge because the time Miss Muside is so strong there. Singles, they have more senior than me.
A stroke player, Foo relied on his abundant stamina and his mental strength. With top-class players like China's Yang Yang and Zhao Jianhua dominating the global stage then, it was a race against time for the then 21-year-old to make his mark.
Extra, everything do extra. Compared with just training is not enough. Actually, I can feel that sometimes I go and play international tournament. Why training? Wow, look like very fit. Go inside and play different. So I realized on that. So you need to do extra work.
He started to see results in 1988 with several runner-up finishes and made the breakthrough in 1990, winning his first Open title in Singapore. Foo also helped Malaysia to team gold at the 1989 Southeast Asian Games, where they defeated defending champions Indonesia for top honours in the region. The following year, Malaysia again got one over the Indonesians. Foo's hard-fought 3-game win against Joko Supriyanto in the Thomas Cup semi-final helped the nation beat their arch-rivals 3-2 to qualify for the final against eventual champions China. It was a timely confidence boost for the then 27-year-old who was previously left out of the national setup.
Because every time I can say that the tournament, every time go there, not even qualify, the first round, But I still work very hard. And then I beat all the BM player again, call back again.
Then came 1992, the year Foo and his teammates became national heroes. The Thomas Cup had eluded Malaysia since 1957, and the country was hungry for the prized trophy. Malaysia were tied at 1-1 with Indonesia in the final when Foo faced Alan Budikusuma in the second singles match.
Because I used to play with him also. Maybe I lose more than I win. On that day, maybe my thinking is faster, like not waiting. Every ball return fast.
The 1989 National Sportsman of the Year put on a gutsy performance in front of home fans. Battling tooth and nail for every shot and every point, the Malaysian shuttler lived up to his title as a fighter and brought the crowd to their feet.
It's out, he's done it, and Stadium Nagara goes wild.
With a 2-1 lead, the country's top men's doubles pair, Chia Soon Kit and Foo Kok Keong, sealed the deal. After a 25-year wait, Malaysia reclaimed the coveted men's trophy for the 5th time. The next 2 years saw Foo slowly winding down his career. His title at the 1994 Asian Badminton Championships in Shanghai was his swan song.
I don't think I still can play. Maybe they say you are 30, almost there, we are going down. Just nice that I pick and go off. That means I won and go off, not down and then go off.
Although Foo ventured into entrepreneurship, badminton continues to play a role in his life. In 2012, the former world #1 instituted the Foo Kok Keong International Cup, which invites former badminton stars around Asia for competitive games.
They are all legends actually in these 80s and 90s. Indonesia, we have Haryanto, Eddie Hartono, Bang Supianto, Rexy. My team actually, we have Ong Yu Ho, Yap King Ho. Before we have Raziv, Rahman is still playing. So we try to invite all the best. We still get together.
Badminton is never far from his pursuits. This year, Foo launched a biography aptly titled "Never Ever Give Up."
Actually, I don't have think of come up with a book also actually. But one of the writer, look at me quite clear and then asked me, I admire you and then your fighting spirit, everything. So, do you keep any, like say, paper cutting or something beside the interview, So the name title is Never Ever Give Up. So this book actually is talking about motivation also, how difficult, halfway through, got kicked out, then come back again, work hard again, this sort of thing. Then at the end, go up again.
For Malaysian badminton, Foo Kok Keong stands amongst the best in the country, and he is living proof that when you never ever give up, nothing is impossible to achieve. Time to test your badminton knowledge. In this week's trivia, we want you to guess who this player is. I was born in Japan. I am a Rio 2016 Olympic medalist. I won my first World Superseries title in Japan. We'll reveal the answer after the break. When we return, we look ahead to the Metlife BWF World Superseries as the competition kicks off this month after a mid-season break. Get in touch with us on social media. Follow us on Twitter. Tell us what you think of the latest news, or perhaps you just want to leave an encouraging post for your favorite player on Facebook. If you've got any comments or photos to share, do get connected with us on these social media platforms. Before the break, we ask you to guess who this player is. I was born in Japan. I am a Rio 2016 Olympic medalist. I won my first World Superseries title in Japan. The answer is Nozomi Okuhara. The Japanese shuttler defeated compatriot Akane Yamaguchi to clinch her first BWF World Superseries title at the 2015 Yonex Open Japan. She went on to grab the title at the season-ending Dubai World Superseries Finals to finish the year on a high. The Japanese shuttler kept the momentum going, winning at the All England Open, the first Super Series of 2016. And what a momentous victory it was for Okuhara to mark her 21st birthday. She also recently claimed the bronze at the Rio 2016 Olympics, the first for Japan in women's singles. With curtains having fallen on the Rio 2016 Olympics, the attention and focus in badminton shifts back to the events on the BWF calendar. Following the mid-season break after 6 of the 12 tournaments in the Metlife BWF World Superseries, the circuit resumes this month. With only the best 8 players in singles and doubles invited to compete in the prestigious season-ending Dubai World Superseries finals, the intensity will heat up over the next few months.
We had really good first 6 months that as much has been a build-up to the Olympics as it has been a build-up to Dubai. The next 4 or 5 months where we have 6 tournaments that will be the final qualification to Dubai, we'll really only focus on Dubai. There's a lot of prestige at stake and I'm sure that the Olympic medal winners would like to prove that it was not a coincidence that they won these gold medals. But to get there, they need to play the next 6 tournaments, they need to qualify. So there'll be a lot of competition going on, a lot of excitement going on for both the proven ones, the ones that have achieved great results at the Olympics, but also the ones coming just after that wants to come out and prove a point.
At the halfway point, it was evident that the veterans of the game in men's singles had won over their younger counterparts, winning 5 of the 6 World Super Series titles. Chen Long, who dominated 2015, only made 1 final so far, a sharp contrast to the 3 titles he'd won at the same point last year. But gold at the Olympics in Rio last month could change the script for the Chinese shuttler who looks back to his best. Leading the Destination Dubai ranking is China's Tian Houwei. Although no titles so far for the Chinese player, his consistent latter stage finishes have seen him amass the most points. 3 Danish players feature in the top 8, including Olympic bronze medalist Victor Axelsen, who is in 6th place. Also with 3 players are China. Lin Dan is the 2nd Chinese shuttler in 2nd spot, and Chen Long squeezes in at number 8. With players from 7 different nations occupying the top 10 of the Destination Dubai rankings, women's singles has been one of the most exciting and open in recent times. Ratchanok Intanon has been the most successful at the halfway stage. The Thai shuttler made Super Series history, winning 3 consecutive titles in as many weeks after triumphs in India, Malaysia and Singapore. Intanon leads the Destination Dubai rankings by a comfortable margin. No Chinese player has won a Super Series title so far, but they are well represented with 3 players in the top 8. And Carolina Marin comes in at the borderline of qualification in 8th after an unimpressive early season. But the Spaniard is back to winning ways after grabbing gold in Rio and will be one to watch in the remaining 6 events.
Gold medal winners such as Carolina, such as Chen Long have really peaked at the Olympics. When you look across the whole Metlife BWF World Superseries, we see a trend that it's becoming more and more competitive. So it'll be exciting to see whether they can keep up the momentum or whether new players that may actually now have practiced as hard leading up to the Olympics but may not have hit their peak will now peak a little bit later and actually then take the next events ahead of the Olympic gold medal winners.
With 5 different winning pairs from the 6 events so far, men's doubles has once again proven to be one of the most competitive disciplines. Leading the title count are Marcus Fernaldi-Gideon and Kevin Sanjaya Sukamuljo. The young Indonesian pair claimed their maiden Super Series title in India and grabbed the 2nd of their career at the Xiamen Air Australian Open. Indonesia have 2 pairs in the top 8 with Gideon and Sukamuljo leading the pack in the rankings. China and Korea also have 2 pairs heading to Dubai at the halfway stage. And hoping to build on their silver medal performance in Rio are Malaysia's Go Vishem and Tan Wee Keong, who are currently in 5th. Misaki Matsutomo and Ayaka Takahashi hold the aces in women's doubles. The Japanese pair have won 3 of the 6 Super Series crowns on offer so far, and after achieving gold in Rio, the duo will be the ones to beat in this field. 3 Japanese pairs feature in the top 8 at the halfway mark, with Matsutomo and Takahashi on top of the standings. Celcom Axiata Malaysia Open winners Yu Yang and Tan Yuen Ting are in 2nd, and Indonesia's Gracia Poli and Nitya Krishinda Maheswari are in number 3. The mixed doubles category is dominated by China, with Chinese pairs grabbing 3 of the 6 titles so far. Winners in India and Australia, Lukai and Hwang Ya-chong are the only ones to have won more than one Super Series. But the pair is only second in the rankings, as consistency across the events remains vital. Top placed are OUE Singapore Open winners Ko Sung-hyun and Kim Ha-na. Apart from the second round slip in England, the Korean pair have reached the later rounds in India, Malaysia and Indonesia. Recent Rio Olympic gold medalists Tontowi Ahmad and Liliana Natsir are in fourth and are joined by All England winners Praveen Jordan and Debbie Susanto in fifth.
I think that we will see some of the players that just missed out on Rio 2 will come out and come out really running really fast. And they have been, able to practice, able to prepare themselves for the next events, and I'm sure they're very, very hungry coming out there and playing against their Olympic compatriots and colleagues from other countries and try to see whether they can prove a point and prove that they should have been at the Olympics instead of others. But that may actually create a few upsets and some exciting matches in the next coming events.
The Metlife BWF World Superseries kicks off again starting in Japan next week. And with players battling to reach the lucrative tournament in Dubai, the competition promises to be hotter than ever. When we return, we find out all about the art of Hans-Kristian Vittinghus. Visit our YouTube channel, badmintonworld.tv. There are tournament highlights, plays of the day, as well as past matches to savour. Missed an episode of Badminton Unlimited? Do not fret. All the episodes are available for your viewing pleasure. All the best badminton clips are just a click away. Grand Prix Gold action was in full swing last week as Balikpapan played host to the Yonex Sunrise Indonesia Masters 2016. The men's singles contest was first to open proceedings on finals day, and it presented an all-China affair between Huang Yuxiang and Shi Yuqi. In what was a glimpse of the nation's next generation of talents in the men's solo format, Huang and Shi were keen to make an impression. 20-year-old Shi took the first game and was handed the victory after Huang decided to retire midway through the second game.
So we're going to the break, it's 11-love, and I think Huang is going to say he can't continue anymore. Yeah, he's withdrawn. That's very, very sad to see.
Final score, 21-12, 11-love. The women's doubles final took centre stage next, and Thailand's Jongkolpan Kittitharakul and Rawinda Prajongjai took to the court to face Koreans Chae Yu-jung and Kim So-young. It turned out to be an engaging battle between both pairs, but it was Chae and Kim who handled the occasion better than their opponents. The Thai women had the lead in both games, but couldn't retain their composure, crumbling in the closing points. The match concluded with a final score, 21-18, 22-20, to the world number 23 pair, Chae and Kim. Home fans made their support heard when Indonesia's Ronald Alexander and Melati Deiva Oktiavanti stepped out to face Tan Kian Ming and Lai Pei-ching of Malaysia in the mixed doubles showdown. Buoyed by the crowd, Alexander and Oktiavanti were in control for most of the match. Tan and Lai did their best to keep pace, but were constantly pegged back by their opponents' incessant pressure. The Indonesians eventually wrapped up the title in straight games, 21-16, 21-17, much to the delight of their adoring fans. Number 1 seed Busanan Ongbungrupan from Thailand faced Malaysia's reigning World Junior Champion Go Jin Wei next in the women's singles final. Only 16 years of age, the Malaysian prodigy had put out some fine displays throughout the week to earn her place in the last two of the competition. But against her Thai opponent ranked 18th in the world, Go found herself second best in the match. Ong Bunrampan stormed home for her first title of the year in straight games. Final score 21-15, 21-13. The Gedung Dome was once again in full voice when Wahyu Nayaka Arya Pankayanira and Kevin Sanjaya Sukamuljo walked on court. The Indonesian men's doubles duo were pitted against China's Hang Chengkai and Zhou Haotong. The home ground advantage was working wonders for Sukamuljo and Arya Pankayanira as they rode on the crowd's energy with every hit they made. It took just over the half-hour mark for the Indonesians to put aside the Chinese players' challenge. The Southeast Asians wrapped up the title in straight games. 21-16, 21-18 read the final score.
Oh, that was wide. No, he got that over.
Oh my goodness, I don't believe
Sometimes I think it's down to my footwork not being good enough maybe, but I've been diving quite a lot, and I've also been lucky enough to do it on TV courts, so it's been captured and put on YouTube, and that way it has its own life online, and people get reminded that I'm diving a lot. I thought I had a very good chance of killing the shot right before the one between the legs, and then he got it back, Lee Chung-wei, and I really had no options. I just thought I just need to get it back, try and fight for it and see if I can surprise him in any way. And then I just went for it and gave it everything I got, and it turned out to be a perfect winner. It's an amazing feeling. I still remember that moment when I hit the between the legs winner against Lee Chung-wei. Of course, the crowd goes crazy as well, and you feel that on court, and it's a fun situation. When you look at your opponent, he's also laughing and smiling, and the coaches are often as well. So it's just it's a great moment, and it's something you remember because it's so different from everything else you experience on court. So I hope to do more of it in the future as well, because it's a great feeling when I succeed doing it.
Good shot.
That's unbelievable. Oh my goodness, how did he get that? Look at that. Oh!
It's not like I'm planning to do these shots or do crazy things when I play. I just react to the situation, and then sometimes it looks brilliant, but it's often a matter of luck and not skill. It is quite energy consuming, and it would be better if I could just do normal footwork and just lunge for the shuttles, but sometimes I put myself in a bad position, and then the only option I'm left with is diving. But I would prefer not to have to do it so much, but if that's the only way I can win the point or stay alive in the point, then I will keep on doing it.
Lee Chung-wei got off to a flyer in this second game, raced to that second love lead. What great fighting spirit from Vittinghus. No, that's not possible, surely.
I still get reminded about these episodes every now and then. Every time I go out to a tournament, there's a fan or another player who saw it online and said, hey, that was a great shot.
That just says everything about Hans-Kristian Vittinghus. Willing to put himself through hell to win one rally. I mean, 3 times on the floor.
What a wonderful sporting gesture.
You get to talk about it for a few minutes, and it's just all good fun, and it's great to have these kind of experiences as well.
Before we go, let's see what the international circuit looks like as we check the Badminton Unlimited calendar. Next week on Badminton Unlimited, we speak to the BWF Secretary General, Thomas Lund, as he gives us an overview of the recently concluded Rio Olympics. See you next week.